Welcome to Informative Stream. Asia, a continent of immense diversity and dynamism, stands as a pivotal arena for international relations. From the bustling megacities of East Asia to the ancient civilizations of South Asia, the continent is a tapestry woven with intricate threads of history, culture, and geopolitics. Understanding Asia's international relations is crucial for comprehending the complexities of the 21st century world order. Asia is home to some of the world's oldest civilizations and has been a crossroads of trade, ideas, and empires for centuries. This rich history has shaped the region's complex web of relationships, alliances, and rivalries. The rise of new powers, the legacies of colonialism, and the ever-evolving global landscape continue to influence the dynamics of international relations in Asia. The geopolitical landscape of Asia is characterized by a mix of cooperation and competition. On the one hand, Asian nations are increasingly interconnected through trade, investment, and cultural exchange. Regional organizations like the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, and the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, or SAARC, reflect this growing spirit of cooperation. On the other hand, long-standing territorial disputes, historical grievances, and the pursuit of national interests continue to fuel tensions in the region. The India-Pakistan rivalry, the North Korean nuclear crisis, and the territorial disputes in the South China Sea are just a few examples of the challenges that continue to test the stability of Asia's international relations. The relationship between India and Pakistan is one of the most complex and significant bilateral relationships in the world. It is a relationship that has been shaped by a shared history, marked by conflict, and underscored by a deep-seated rivalry. Born out of the tumultuous partition of British India in 1947, the creation of these two nations was accompanied by immense upheaval and bloodshed. These two nuclear-armed neighbours have been locked in a cycle of mistrust, hostility, and occasional attempts at rapprochement. The geopolitical dynamics of South Asia have been significantly influenced by their interactions. The partition itself was a traumatic event that led to widespread violence and displacement. Millions were uprooted from their homes, and the scars of that period continue to affect the psyche of both nations. The two newly formed nations inherited a legacy of animosity that has cast a long shadow over their subsequent interactions. This animosity has been a persistent undercurrent in their bilateral relations. The Kashmir dispute, a territorial conflict over the Himalayan region, has been a major flashpoint between India and Pakistan since their independence. This region remains one of the most militarized zones in the world. Over the decades, India and Pakistan have fought three major wars and numerous smaller skirmishes, primarily over the issue of Kashmir. Each conflict has further entrenched the divide between the two nations. The spectre of nuclear war has loomed large over the subcontinent since both countries developed nuclear weapons in the late 20th century. This nuclear capability has added a dangerous dimension to their rivalry. The 1998 nuclear tests by both countries sent shockwaves through the international community. These tests underscored the potential for catastrophic conflict in the region. Despite the deep-seated mistrust and animosity, there have been intermittent attempts at dialogue and peace initiatives between India and Pakistan. These efforts have often been driven by the recognition of the high stakes involved. Track 2 diplomacy, involving non-governmental actors and former officials, has played a role in fostering understanding and exploring avenues for conflict resolution. These informal channels have sometimes succeeded where official diplomacy has stalled. However, these efforts have often been derailed by political developments and mistrust. Domestic politics in both countries frequently complicate the prospects for sustained dialogue. The India-Pakistan relationship remains a delicate balance between confrontation and cooperation. The ceremonial exchanges at the Wagah border symbolize both the rivalry and the potential for reconciliation. While the potential for conflict remains a serious concern, both countries recognize the need for dialogue and confidence-building measures to address their shared challenges. Cultural exchanges and people-to-people contacts have also played a role in bridging divides and fostering mutual understanding. Ensuring peace and stability in South Asia is a complex but essential goal for both nations. While the India-Pakistan relationship often dominates headlines, it is just one part of a much larger and intricate regional tapestry. South Asia is a region of diverse actors and complex interrelationships, each country bringing its own unique history, culture, and geopolitical interests to the table. Beyond the shadow of this rivalry, other South Asian nations navigate their own paths, seeking cooperation and grappling with their own set of challenges. These countries are forging alliances, negotiating trade deals, and addressing internal and external pressures. Bangladesh, which gained independence from Pakistan in 1971, has emerged as a significant economic player in the region. Its rapid industrial growth, particularly in the textile sector, has positioned it as a key exporter on the global stage. Nepal and Bhutan, nestled in the Himalayas, maintain close ties with India while also seeking to assert their own strategic autonomy. These nations balance their relationships with larger neighbours while promoting their own cultural and economic interests. Sri Lanka, an island nation off the southern tip of India, has faced its own internal conflicts and is navigating its relationship with regional powers. The country is working to rebuild and strengthen its economy while managing its strategic partnerships. Economic cooperation within South Asia has been limited by political differences and a lack of trust. Historical grievances and territorial disputes often overshadow potential collaborative efforts. SAARC, the region's primary intergovernmental organization, has struggled to achieve its full potential due to the often strained relations between India and Pakistan. Despite its ambitious goals, progress has been slow and uneven. However, there is a growing recognition of the need for greater regional integration to address shared challenges such as poverty, climate change, and cross-border terrorism. Collaborative initiatives are being explored to tackle these pressing issues. The rise of China as a major economic and strategic player in the region has added a new dimension to South Asian geopolitics. China's influence is felt through its investments and strategic partnerships. China's Belt and Road Initiative, a massive infrastructure development project, has generated both interest and concern among South Asian nations. The initiative promises significant economic benefits, but also raises questions about sovereignty and long-term financial stability. While some see it as an opportunity for economic growth, others worry about the potential for debt traps and Chinese influence. The balance between leveraging Chinese investments and maintaining national autonomy is a delicate one. South Asia's future will be shaped by how these countries manage their complex relationships with each other and with external powers. Diplomatic agility and strategic foresight will be key in navigating these multifaceted interactions. Balancing national interests with the need for regional cooperation will be crucial for peace, stability, and prosperity in this dynamic and strategically important region. The path forward requires a blend of diplomacy, economic strategy, and mutual respect among South Asian nations. No discussion of Asian international relations would be complete without addressing the profound impact of China's rise. This transformation has not only altered the dynamics within Asia, but has also had far-reaching implications for the global order. Over the past few decades, China has undergone an unprecedented economic transformation, emerging as a global powerhouse and a major force in Asian geopolitics. The rapid development of cities like Shanghai and Shenzhen stands as a testament to this remarkable journey. China's economic growth has been nothing short of remarkable. The country has consistently posted high growth rates, becoming a central hub for global trade and investment. Since adopting market-oriented reforms in the late 1970s, China has lifted hundreds of millions of people out of poverty and become the world's second-largest economy. This transformation has reshaped the lives of its citizens and the global economic landscape. This economic might has translated into growing political and military influence, reshaping the balance of power in Asia and beyond. China's ambitions are now clearly visible on the global stage. China's growing assertiveness in its neighborhood has raised concerns among some of its neighbors. The South China Sea, in particular, has become a flashpoint for regional tensions. Beijing's territorial claims in the South China Sea, its military modernization, and its assertive diplomacy have fueled anxieties about its intentions. These actions have led to a complex web of alliances and rivalries in the region. The United States, long the dominant power in the region, has responded by strengthening its alliances and partnerships in the Asia-Pacific. This strategic pivot aims to counterbalance China's growing influence. China's rise has also had a significant impact on global governance. Its increasing involvement in international organizations is reshaping the rules and norms that govern global interactions. Beijing is playing an increasingly active role in international organizations such as the United Nations and the World Trade Organization. This participation is part of a broader strategy to assert its influence on the global stage. It has also established new institutions, such as the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, which challenge the existing global order. These institutions provide alternatives to the Western-dominated financial systems. The rise of China presents both opportunities and challenges for Asian and global security. The international community must navigate these complexities carefully. On the one hand, China's economic growth has created new markets and opportunities for its neighbors. This has led to increased trade and investment flows within the region. On the other hand, its growing military power and assertive foreign policy have raised concerns about its intentions. These developments have sparked debates about regional stability and security. Managing the rise of China will be one of the defining challenges of 21st century international relations. The world must find a way to integrate China into the global order while addressing the legitimate concerns of its neighbors and other global powers.